Hi guys, I'm going to be getting ready with you today and I have a plan and I am so excited about this and I hope after you hear my announcement that you are too because it's kind of risky, but I'm going to take my channel in an entirely different new direction. And let me explain, but let me first get started. All I did so far was put on my Lush lip mask and Snow Fairy. And I don't use a primer with this foundation that I'm using because it's kind of hydrating and almost all my primers are hydrating. So then it's like too much hydration because it's summer now. So it's going to be like 90 degrees today. So I don't want, a bunch of sweaty moisture type stuff on my face. That's fine in the wintertime. I could probably get away with that, but not now. Okay, so Real Techniques brush, expert face brush. So today's the last day of June, so this is the last time I will be using this foundation. And it is a really nice foundation. I think that, it gives you a really flawless effect, but it will be expired after today. Somebody had left a comment saying that they didn't understand what I was talking about as far as like when things expire and everything. I have a notebook of every piece of makeup that I own and I write down the date when I buy it. So I know exactly how long it's been since I opened anything that I buy. And I don't go by the day, I go by the month. So once a month, I go through my stuff and pull out anything that's cream liquid gel that's a year old. Now with powders, I usually go by 2 years, which that's what they say. That's what the experts say you're supposed to do. And I probably could extend that a little bit more, but I like to just go by the guidelines that they set. And another person had left a comment and they basically called me a liar and said that that wasn't true. But if you look it up for yourself, you'll see that it is true. So obviously that person is not going to be leaving messages or comments on my videos anymore because I don't tolerate abuse from people. If you leave a nasty comment like that that implies that I'm lying, then bye-bye. One subscriber less is fine. I mean, if you disagree with me about something, that's fine, but there's a way of saying things and another way, there's a tactful, more polite way of saying things than to, she didn't call me a liar, but she may as well have the way she said it in the comment. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Let's take the negativity off and go back to the direction that I wanted this video to be, positive. Okay, so listen to my whole spiel here because when I first explain what I'm talking about, you're gonna jump to some conclusions and you might even click off the video, but don't make any assumptions. Let me explain the whole thing of what I'm talking about. So if you watched my video where I was showing expired makeup, and by the way, there's more too, more expired makeup than what I showed you because I forgot to do my highlighters and bronzers. So we'll also be getting rid of this Ioni bronzer in Chloe, this Ioni bronzer in Libra, one of my favorite highlighters of all time, LA Colors Glow Time. Use the hell out of this. I think, yeah, I came so close to hitting pan on this. There's like almost a hole in the middle there. The L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Bronzer in the shade Fair. This is really nice, but at some point I stopped using it because I bought something else that I liked more and it got pushed aside. But if you like powder bronzers, this is very nice. My Wet n Wild highlighter palette, Curiouser and Curiouser from the Alice in Wonderland collection. I really like this. I like that you can pick and choose, or you can mix them or do whatever you want. So too bad, I'm gonna have to get rid of that. And then my Wet n Wild Mega Glow Illuminating Palette in Catwalk Pink is another one that has seen better days. That's very pretty too. And then I'm gonna use a couple of things to do this look that are also gonna be purged in. I'll show you those when we get to them. Okay, so what was I going to talk to you about? Get to the point, right? This is going to be a long video, guys. I'm just warning you. If you saw my video where I was showing you what was going to expire and what was going to be thrown away, someone had left a comment that said, oh, what a shame. You know, a lot of that stuff looks like it's barely been used. It is a shame because it kills me to have to get rid of things that I love that I wish that I didn't have to get rid of. But for safety reasons, like I've said before, I don't chance it. You know, if it's expired, it's expired. I get rid of it, even if it is my favorite thing, like that MAC blush that I'm always talking about. So I thought about it and thought about it, and I came up with a solution for how to avoid this in the future. Because I want to use my makeup, you know, I don't want to throw it away. I want to use it. Now, the simplest solution would be to stop buying so much makeup, right? But I have a YouTube channel and I need to show you new things, but I don't need to show you as many new things as what I show you. You know, I have a huge makeup collection. I mean, look behind me. See all these drawers? They're full of makeup. And there's more beyond what you can see. Matter of fact, let me see if I can tilt the camera. See, there's more, and there's more, and there's more. There's tons. So I don't need to buy as much as I buy. I can still do lots of videos with what I have without having to keep buying such a large volume of products, okay? So also, I got my credit card bill the other day, and when I saw the total, I was like, whoa, I overdid it this past month. I bought a lot. But maybe it's just as well because now I'm going to need that stuff to, you know, do videos with. And it's going to fill in a lot of the blanks of like colors that I didn't have, textures that I didn't have, and whatnot. So, okay, I didn't even tell you when I was doing it. This was the Estée Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place concealer. Next, I'm going to set the places on my face, my T-zone basically, that gets shiny with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder in light pink, and this is a loose powder, and this is an e.l.f. powder brush. So yeah, when I got my credit card bill, I was like, oh my God, this is too much. Plus I had bought things in store too. The credit card was just for things I bought online. I had bought things in store too, so I need to buy less. But I also need to show new stuff once in a while. So I have a solution, I have a plan. And what I am going to do is I'm going to set somewhat of a limit for myself, but it's going to have a range. It's going to be like between one amount and another amount. Haven't decided concretely on those numbers yet, but it's definitely going to be way less than what I spent last month. Oh my God, I would be embarrassed to tell you how much I spent. So I'm going to set an amount, and that's going to be like my budget. I didn't really need one before because I wasn't going crazy buying things, you know. I was just buying a few little things here and there that weren't expensive. But here's the thing. I am going to buy one or two new things every month. That's it. One or two new things. And that will be like my most exciting video that I do all month, because what I want to start exploring is an area of makeup that I don't have a lot from. I have some, but not very much because it's more expensive than regular makeup. I want to get into indie brands. This is an area that I've always been interested in. And like I said, I've dabbled in it a little bit, but I don't have much at all. I can even do a separate video if you want, showing you to start off with what exactly do I have from indie brands, because I don't have much, yeah. So this is the Essence Baby Got Bronze Stick and my Real Techniques contour brush. So I want to get into indie makeup. If you saw who I watch on YouTube, my subscriptions, you would be shocked, because based on what I typically buy myself and show you videos of, the people I watch don't talk about any of those brands. You know, they don't buy e.l.f., they don't buy Wet n Wild, they don't buy Essence. They buy indie brands. And that's what I enjoy watching for videos. And I thought, you know what? I always stayed away from that type of makeup in the past because it's expensive. But if I'm only buying one or two things a month and I stick to a budget, I can do it. I'm probably going to spend less money doing it this way than what I was doing before, because all those little inexpensive things add up, you know? Okay, for blush, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand Blush in the shade Berry Radiant. And this is going to be thrown out after today. Really pretty blush. So I'm squeezing it up. I'm trying to. There we go. So I just put a dot and blend it with my finger. I don't know, I just feel like it blends best and I get a better even distribution doing it that way. So, you're probably curious, like, well, what do you have now for indie makeup? I'll do a separate video on that and show you, just so we have a starting point to see what I have and what I don't have, which is a lot. And my plan is every month I'll choose a different brand and buy something from that brand and then do a video with it, you know, like a review. I can do more than one video, actually. I can do a video to start with and swatch everything and talk about the product. And then I can do another video and do a makeup tutorial, or more than one even, you know, depending on what it is. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to makeup, my favorite thing, obviously, if you watch my channel, you already know what I'm going to say, is eyeshadow. So what I'm most likely going to do is, depending on the price, I'm probably going to buy an eyeshadow palette from an indie brand. And then depending on the price of the palette, I may buy like a lipstick or a blush or something, one thing to go with it to do the look. But if it's an expensive brand, which a lot of them are very expensive, then I might just be able to get like an eyeshadow palette and that's it. Plus, there's another thing. Oh, this is Ioni Emma highlight. Really pretty. And also use a finger for that. Isn't that pretty? Dollar Tree. There's another issue with this. A lot of indie brands are not in this country, and now we have tariffs. So I have been trying to get some information about the tariff situation. Like, I don't even know how that works. And I looked it up and it was quite complicated. They were talking about codes and percentages, and some cosmetics will not have tariffs put on them. It depends what country they come from. some will have tariffs, and it's a certain percentage of the retail price. It's very complicated, and I don't even know, who do you pay the tariff to? Like, when your package is delivered, do you pay the carrier? I mean, or is it tacked on to the price of the item when you buy it? I don't even know. If anybody knows and wants to help me figure this all out, please feel free. If you live in the United States and you have ordered makeup from other countries since these tariffs began, is it a lot? Is it, I've tried to look it up, but there isn't a lot of resources to find out exactly how this all works. And I'm sure that I've got some smart people that watch me. So help me out here. Let me know. But all right, I'm going to do my brows one last time with the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in Cool Brown. This is similar to what I typically use, but it's just a finer tip on it. And this will be expiring too. So do you guys like indie makeup? I hope so, but it'll only be one video. No, it'll be probably one for like swatches and then another video for an actual look. Maybe even more than one look, depending on how big the palette is. Because a lot of these palettes are bigger than what I typically buy, so probably could do multiple looks. But do you guys like indie makeup? Yeah, I think one of my next videos is going to be showing you like a starting point, like what do I own right now for indie makeup? Yeah, it's not much. It's off the top of my head, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I have maybe 7 eyeshadow palettes. I have a couple of lip liners, one of which I'm going to use in a few minutes. Don't think I have any lipsticks anymore. But because of the tariff situation, a lot of indie brands are having to shut their businesses down, which is so sad because there was one brand that I really wanted to try, and I went to their website and their Instagram, and yeah, they said they think they're going to have to shut down because they said their operating costs were going to go up 100 and something percent. And I think it's because a lot of people have their makeup, they don't make it themselves. They can't afford to have their own factory, so they have their makeup made in China. It comes back from China. They put their name on it, and I guess they call that white label makeup. And if somebody makes their own makeup, it's called black label makeup. But yeah, so because they're having the stuff shipped over from China, they have to pay tariffs on it. And then it gets shipped from here to the customer. So because they have to pay the tariffs. And if they raise the prices of their makeup by 150%, nobody's going to buy it. So yeah, that's really sad. So there's going to be probably quite a few brands that I won't even be able to try. All right, so brows are done, so let's move on. I'm going to use my Morphe Solo Artist priming cream shadow in Debut. Grab my grab a concealer brush. This is an e.l.f. one that I've had for a long time. You can see that it's pretty banged up. I don't like this brush. It's kind of scratchy. But I brought it with me recently on my trip. And because it's been sitting on the table after it got washed, I've been reaching for it. But after I wash it today, I'm going to put it away because I have other brushes like this that I like better. So yeah, indie brands. I think this plan could work. And the thing is, I have so much makeup that I don't need to continually buy tons of stuff. Now that means, though, no makeup reviews about like a lot of new products coming out that I usually do. So that might turn a lot of people off. But this is something I've wanted to do for a long, long time. Because, like I said, the content that I watch is almost all about indie makeup. So, I want to buy and talk about these brands too. But I can only do it one palette at a time. And I'll rotate it, I'll just keep picking a different brand every month. I mean, there's tons of companies out there, so it's going to be, and then it'll be interesting to see which ones I end up really liking the best. Okay, I'm going to go into my LA Girl Keep It Playful eyeshadow palette in Downplay. Really, really pretty palette. And I'm going to grab, what else? My Urban Decay brush. And I'm going to go into this brown right here and pick up some of that. And I'm going to go into the outer part of my eye. I used to buy more stuff from indie brands in the past, and the credit card bills would come in and I'd be like, oh my God, I can't do this, But that's because I was trying to buy from indie brands and still buy all the affordable stuff too. And you can't do it all. I mean, you can if you're rich, but I am far from rich. I'm actually the opposite of rich. And you might be thinking, well, you're a YouTube partner, so YouTube or Google pays you for your videos, but whatever you think I'm making, it's less than that. I can't say because I signed a contract when I became a YouTube partner, and you're not supposed to reveal how much you're making. So I'm not allowed to say how much I make, but it's not much. So I have, what is it, 6 or 7,000 subscribers? I know I was right on the edge. Yeah, I think I have 6,900 and something right now. So I have almost 7,000. And unless you have like, I don't know, 500,000, you're not making that much money. And yeah, a lot of people get PR, but I get PR from one wonderful company, and it's called Just Pigments. And you guys have seen me do the videos, they are awesome. And so they're probably going to be thrilled by this change, because that means that if I'm not buying a lot of makeup, I'm going to use what I actually have, and I have a lot of pigments, so I will definitely be doing more videos with my pigments. So I bought a lot of stuff last month that I haven't even done videos with yet. So we'll still be doing videos with affordable makeup, but I just won't be buying the new stuff, which I know is what people want to see, but I have to do what I have to do, you know? Because I'm not rich, and like I said, far from it. I don't think I'm even considered middle class, to be honest with you. So I'm excited. I'm excited to finally get a chance to try brands I've wanted to try, review products that and use those products in my videos that I've always wanted to use. I mean, the indie stuff that I have right now, I haven't been using it enough. You know, it's awesome stuff, and I haven't been using it much because when you do videos on YouTube, everything is like new, new, new. And then you don't go back and reach for it again usually, but I want to do that. I want to use my makeup. I don't want it sitting in a drawer. I want to use what I have and enjoy it. And if that makes me lose subscribers or turns people off, then so be it. You know, I have to do what I have to do for multiple reasons. I can only spend so much money, and I want to make videos about things that I'm interested in, you know? Which is not to say that I don't dislike any of the things I've been buying right along. I mean, obviously, I was buying things that I wanted to do videos about. But yeah, indie makeup. Oh, I cannot tell you the amount of hours I've spent watching other people's videos, review and use products that I used to think, oh, I want to get that so bad, but I can't. So I'm gonna. I'm gonna. Where am I gonna start? Haven't decided yet. So many options, you guys. There are so many brands out there. And I love the idea of helping ordinary people rather than a big giant corporation, you know? Because somebody did a video recently explaining how a lot of the makeup brands that you know about are actually all owned by the same company. You know, there's like 2 or 3 companies that own everything, and then they just have a bunch of brands under their umbrella. Okay, next, I'm going to use this one last time. This is the LA Girl Shade Shifter Duochrome eyeshadow in the shade Aura. And it's like a copper, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous copper. So let's put some of this on. Look at that. It's like a pinky copper rather than an orangey copper. So pretty. Okay, let's go in with this. And if you are interested in any of these LA Girl shadows I've been wearing the last few days, they are not discontinued. They are on the LA Girl website. They're not in stores anymore, I don't think. But you can still get them from LA Girl. They are very, very pretty. Let's just put a little more. Yeah, this is gorgeous. It's like a it's like a rose pink. Yeah, it's not a It's not a copper, it's a rose pink. But isn't that pretty? Okay, eyeliner. What else? Revlon Colorstay Multiplayer Liquid Glide Eye Pencil in 402 High Stakes. I'm so glad I bought these eyeliners. I'm gonna need them because I'm not gonna be buying any others. But yeah, I have so much of everything, guys. I don't need any more makeup. But I'm also not gonna do like a project pan or anything like that, because I love makeup and I have to get one new thing a month. I have to. It's just, I'm so passionate about makeup that I can't just not buy any. Curling my lashes with my Dollar Tree lash curler. If you've seen these at Dollar Tree and wondered about them, they are very good. I have other eyelash curlers, but this is my favorite. All right, and last day for my Maybelline Sky High Mascara. This is going to have to be thrown out. All these things I'm showing you that are expiring. See, the thing is, the only thing I'm going to have to buy on a regular basis after today, other than the once a month indie makeup, is mascara, because mascara is supposed to be thrown away every 3 to 6 months. And the thing is, if you only have one mascara, you're going to use it up before it expires. These LA Girl eyeshadows are so nice. The palette I bought at CVS, and the duochrome single eyeshadows I bought at Ulta, but yeah, I don't think they're stocking them anymore. I don't think. I'm pretty sure the only way you can get those now is from the LA Girl website. And I have ordered from LA Colors and LA Girls websites. They're both owned by the same company. And I had no issues with shipping, delivery, payment, no problems at all. I even called the corporate office to ask a question that I couldn't find on the website, and the person that answered the phone was wicked nice and answered my question. So my dealings with those two brands have been great. Not to mention, I've loved a lot of their products for many years. So I'm still going to use mostly affordable brands because that's what I have in my collection. So if you're somebody that's what you buy, don't worry. I'm still going to be using plenty of like drugstore affordable, Dollar Tree, Walmart, Target, CVS. Still going to be using a lot of that kind of makeup. All right, what's left? Lips. Going to use an indie lip liner. This is from Glamlite. This is Chucky. From the Chucky collection that was out, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago. And you might be thinking, well, why do you still have that? Because if all my pencils that I can sharpen, I keep them indefinitely, because when you sharpen the pencil, you're scraping off any bacteria that is on that tip. So it's still good no matter what. Retractable lip liners are a different story. Those should be thrown out after a year. But sharpenable ones are good until you use them. And this is mm, like a warm red, brownish red. It's like a dark nude with a hint of red. Kind of a hard color to explain. Okay, so lip liner is on. Now, the next lip product I'm going to use, I haven't had a chance to show you guys because I had placed an order from with Amazon like a month ago, and the products came in, but there was one product that they said was going to take longer. Well, it took a lot longer. And it's funny because I ended up seeing this at a store one day and I was like, oh, shoot, I could have just bought it at a store. I didn't think I would be able to. What am I talking about? Rimmel Stay Glossy lip liner in the shade. Where is it? I couldn't find the shade name anywhere on there, but I remember from when I bought it, it's called Captivate Me. It must have been on the label that you peel off. So, anyways, that's what it looks like. And I thought that Chucky lip liner would be a good base for this. That's pretty. I might just take a teeny bit more. I know I don't need any more, but yeah, that's pretty. With that eye look, I like it. All right, let me take my hair down so you can see the full effect, and I'll be right back. Okay, so hair is down, popped on some earrings, and that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a long video, but what do you think about all this? What do you think about what I said? Do you like indie makeup? Are you excited to maybe see some very different things on my channel and try out some brands that I've never tried before? Um, Let me know what you think.